Bitcoin is still holding strong above 100,000. Meme coins are running, and alt season, it's happening. But underneath the surface, this move is powered more by leverage than spot. Futures are leading, and spot is just following for now. And macro is starting to push back. Let's break it all down. Okay, so we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily. On the daily, Bitcoin was rejected. Here you can see, we went as high as 105,674. Right now, we're trading at 101,826, rejecting around that area, the 104, 105 area, and is now consolidating just above a high volume zone around 100,000 to 101,500. So we're just slightly above it. We tested it. We got a little wick up, so that's good. We got a little wick, and our body's up above that. That's our short term bull line in the sand. All right, we don't want to see us kind of go below this area. Now, if we do something like this, consolidate sideways, right? Then hopefully this will be the low, and then we'll come back up, and then maybe we do this for a little while in this area before the next move up. That's how I see it. Maybe. Let's see. Weekly. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is our 5th green candle in a row. And historically, 6 in a row is rare. RSI is cooled off a little bit. It's at 62 right now. Okay, it was a little higher earlier. All right, 61.95. 61.75, 61.95, right around there. Okay, meaning the market is stretched, but not yet reversing. CME, let's take a look at that. So remember, there's a gap down here at 92,000. Okay, and around 92,000 to 92.7 gap that still remains. If the ETF flows dry up or the macro flips, that could be a retest zone. So keep that in mind right now. Remember, we're at 100 on the CME. Okay, on the CME we're at 102,000. Okay, 102,110. Right. So the takeaways. Bitcoin is still bullish, but we're entering exhaustion zones. 101,000 needs to hold this week. If that breaks, we're watching for 98 to 99,000 as the next area of possible support. Derivatives. Let's see what the derivatives are telling us. CBD was rising on the 4 hour, showing aggressive market buying. So it's cooled off a little bit since. In a second, open interest essentially is flat. Okay, which is healthy. No signs of reckless leverage just now. And the funding rates right here, positive, but not extreme. So no squeeze setup right now. Volume data. Let's take a look at what the volume data is telling us. It's over here in the futures on CoinGlass. Where are we? Okay, 24 hours. 24 hours. BTC futures volume is up 13%, hitting 352 billion. That's the highest we've seen in weeks. ETH volumes also surging, as you can see right here. All right, this is a derivatives-led move, not spot. What does fear and greed tell us? Fear and greed is at 73. Sentiment is greedy. No euphoria, but definitely frothy. Okay, we could be in for a pullback this week, guys. Okay, now what this means for you: momentum is real, but it's fueled by leverage. If macro turns or ETF inflows slow, this could unwind fast. DXY. Let's take a look at what the macro landscape is telling us. We'll start with the DXY. Dollar just reclaimed. Look at that big bump. It's between this 100.37 and the 50 EMA, which is at 101.94 right now. Dollar's at 101.77. Okay, it just reclaimed this line right here. That is the floor that it had lost. Okay, so this flips the signal to risk off. The floor that it had lost, all this. Okay, this was the floor. You see that? Right, since we got up above this 2022. Okay, 2022, 3 years, we lost it. Could be a fake out, right? And now we're back above. Let's see if we get rejected here at the 50 EMA. 2 and 10-year bond yields are both spiking. That's also bearish for risk assets. I'll show you real quickly. That's the 2 in between the 200 and the 50 EMA and the 10. Above both of them and heading towards this 4.56% right now. We're at 4.46% with the 10-year bond yield, guys. Okay, something to keep an eye on. But equities are ripping. Watch this. Dow Jones, nice big wick up. There's a gap right here. You're gonna see that again above the 50, 200, and this channel at the bottom of this channel right here. Okay, finally back after this fake out, back in. Nasdaq, same thing. Look at that with power. Boom. This line right here, ripping, and the S&P 500, huge gap, but right back above, right above this line, right? And looking like it maybe wants to get up here. But first, we got to see if we do get a pullback and closes this gap. Now, the equities could be likely due thanks to the temporary U.S.-China tariff cuts, which cooled some trade tensions. I think I'm going to discuss a little bit more after we're done here. The VIX. Let's take a look at the VIX. The VIX. Let's go to the VIX. I thought we were going to stop at 20. Rip right through that. Okay, huge gap, right? From 21 right now, we're at 18.55. That's a sign of extreme complacency. Gold also sold off 2.7%, a classic rotation out of safety and into risk. So the interpretation, the macro is mixed. Stocks are strong, but DXY and yields could still slow crypto. It's not a red light yet, but we're watching very closely. Others, let's take a look at others. BTC dominance. First, others. Let's take a look at others. Here we are on the daily. Others index. Remember this tracks altcoin strength, and it just reclaimed. Well, it has already a few days above. We have still a few days above over the 200 EMA, and right at coming back and testing this major volume node right here that you can see. Okay, basically at around 270 billion. Okay, right now we're at 272 billion, just slightly above it. And on the weekly, what does the others look like? It's retesting structure from above, which is very constructive for alt season, as you can see. Boom. And what's wrong? Come here. BTC dominance just broke below the 50 EMA. We lost it, right? You can see it over the weekend. This is on the daily. And on the weekly, we've got rejection after more than 5 straight weeks of strength. You're looking at 3, 4. Let's start from here. 2, 3, 4, 9. 9 weeks of strength, last 2 weeks dropping. This supports altcoin outperformance. This is why we look at this, especially memes and small caps. Okay, this is good to see for us that are heavy in altcoins, memes, especially the ones that I'm going to show you today. Speaking of which, let's get to it. Let's go back to the daily first. You can see it on the daily. This is perfect. I think maybe next area of support would be 61.35 on dominance on the Bitcoin dominance on the daily. Okay, so here we go. Miggles first. Look at this, moving up last few days, right? And because we're having a kind of a red day, Bitcoin is dropped a bit. We're gonna retest this 50. If Bitcoin kind of stays maybe sideways consolidating, I can see us bouncing. Miggles bouncing off of this 0.043 and hopefully continuing to move up. Right. Let's take a quick look before that. Ethereum. Okay. Ethereum, same thing. We want to hold right here. Okay. 2,411. Okay. Ideally 2,430. Right now we're at 2,454 for Ethereum. All right. As long as Ethereum keeps going up, these altcoins, specifically these 4, are gonna continuously move. So that's why I've been watching this Ethereum lately. All right, now let's go to the next one. Toshi looks really strong. Okay, really strong. We hold the 0.3073. Right now we're at 0.3082. Okay, we hold this. We're going higher. We get past 0.01 cents, we're going way higher. Okay, let's see if we can get up there. So far we've seen some rejection. Today we went as high as 3099. Right now we're at 3082. Toshi's looking good, guys. KeyCat also looking very strong. Got out of this triangle. Okay, it looked like yesterday, it looked like maybe we were going to start doing this, right? Because as we got out of this descending line, it started petering out, and then it came back down. But so far we get out of this air, we get out of 2061. Right now we're at 2067. We're gonna, the next area of resistance, and it's light resistance, is 008. Right now we're at 0057. So let's see what happens. KeyCat is looking very strong, and I think I have this week I'm gonna do a deep dive. Okay, last week I did Miggles, the week before I did Toshi. And so this week it's either KeyCat or Dog and Me. If you have one that you want to see more than the other, let me know in the comments. All right, so Dog and Me, same thing. Above this triangle, holdings, testing the top line of this triangle support right now. 3070. Right now we're at 3077. Let's hope that we can build out a base or continues to climb. Once we kind of get out of this was the hardest part right here. So this is slightly easier. right? This up until 3089. Okay, we get past 3089, guys. We're, I think, quickly and easily going to 2013, and we get past that, which should, because that's not strong resistance. We're gonna go much higher, right? These 4 plays are looking good, guys. These 4 plays are looking good. Maybe this week, if things start consolidating, these plays drop, that's when you start DCAing in, okay? If you're not already positioned, or if you want to continue to position yourself, DCA in, maybe this week. Let's see what it brings us. But that's what it's looking like so far right now. Today, you know, we could have a red week, but I don't think we're just gonna go, you know, just dropping, okay? Not yet, at least, okay? These names are surfing the others' breakout and BTC dominance dip. The momentum's still with these memes, guys. And quick narrative overlay on Twitter, okay, testing the sentiment. Top stories: the Elon Twitter Grok AI rumors are fueling meme coin speculation again, especially anything AI adjacent or Twitter related. And the other big news on Twitter is the US-China tariff, tariff cut. The US-China tariff cut news is giving a risk-on boost across the board. Equities, crypto, they're all reacting. So that's helping. If you don't know, the US and China are coming to an agreement on tariffs. They've drastically reduced it, I think, to like 30 and 10% as opposed to over 100% respectively for China and the US. And it's not completely cemented, but it's looking like it's gonna come to a deal. Trump strikes again with his deals, and that's why the stock markets especially are pumped up because of that news. Okay, and so my final synthesis: next 5 to 10 day forecast. Short term, I expect Bitcoin to chop between 100 and 104,000 for a few days. A pullback here wouldn't be bearish; it would actually be healthy. In the medium term, we need spot flows. Without that, we could revisit 98,000, maybe even 96,000, especially if ETF data comes in soft. This is what ETF's been looking like. Hopefully we have a strong week. We need a strong week from ETFs. And macro, the dollar's back above key levels. Yields are climbing. That is not ideal. My final takeaway: altcoins and meme coins are where the money is flowing right now. BTC's structure is still bullish, but this rally is leverage driven. If you're long, manage your size. If you're waiting, the door is not yet closed, but you'll need to move fast. Let's see what the week brings. And we'll leave it there. Guys, if you can, please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. I'm trying to grow this channel, and all that stuff really does help. With all that said, I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Peace.